Dice Company contains fantasy violence, mature themes, and unapologetic bickering. No feelings were hurt in the making of it, but listener discretion is advised. Dice Company will always be free, but it's not free to make. Please consider supporting us on Patreon or Apple Podcasts and get access to our weekly roundtable show Extra Roll. Just follow any of the links in the show notes for this chapter.
You start to feel a strange vibration coming from the bag of holding, as a brilliant pink light explodes from the top and the room is filled with the sound of rushing wind and birdsong. Then, like the insides of a sausage being squeezed out, 3 figures tumble forward through the pink light onto the cold metal floor. Please welcome to the table Adam Beltane, Lou Liz, and Zeus Legion.
Amazing!
Greetings.
Hello. Welcome to my ship.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you like to describe what Seeksorrow and Tock see?
I mean, it is odd seeing... Probably not that odd seeing things coming from the bag of holding. That happens all the time. Rolling out from the bag of holding in a rough ball is something that's about 4 foot tall, almost as wide. It looks like if it was hit by a cart, then the cart would be totaled, but this creature would walk away, flipping the bird. There is the clank of metal as chainmail rustles, shakes, gets to its feet. There are some flowers roughly entwined in a sort of circlet around the head, and an axe comes to one paw. As looking at you is a humanoid badger.
Yes!
Just the badger rolls to a stop, sort of gets to its feet. And
tumbling next from the bag is a glowing ball of glistening sunlight, dropping motes of sunlight behind it. The ball bounces off the shoulders of the badger, spins in the air before dropping to a fighting pose in front of the throne, ears pointed up, alert for danger, fists glowing with radiance and again dripping motes of sunlight, bushy tail twitching and eyes narrowed, wearing pristine military uniform and with several medals now glistening in the reflected sunlight on his chest. His nose twitches, his eyes narrows. He sees Tock and then suddenly drops from a fighting stance with a great big grin of recognition. One of his ears flops, and he drops into a bow excitedly.
You see the bag of holding almost seem to strain as it becomes larger and larger at the opening, and a gigantic ball of brown fur falls out, face first, onto the floor. It slowly turns and rises, and you see a massive, imposing even, 8-foot-tall bear. That was fun. We should do that again, Sebastian.
fuck me, that wasn't supposed to happen.
By the twitching of my nose, evil's afoot, and we're here to stamp it out.
Tock, what the bloody hell is happening?
It's heroing time!
Sebastian, Longpaw, and companions, you are welcome. You are currently located on an airship. We may be in some trouble.
Trouble's the name of the game, Tock, me old fellow, my lad. That's why we've come along. Yon Oberon suggested that you might need a hand over here, so I gathered up some chums and thought we'd come over and see if we can't pull your fish out of the fire. When you say an airship, let's just circle back briefly to that before I introduce my pals, for fear of losing my train of thought. An airship.
Indeed, a large bird made of machinery.
No. Up in the sky? No.
Indeed, its flying capabilities may be compromised.
Are we currently landed?
Incorrect.
No. Land this thing. We are not sky creatures. We are forest and ground creatures. We do not do the sky. The sky is for Her Majesty and that lot. I don't... No. We need to sort that out. Anyway, I brought some chums. I mean, you came to see me and brought your besties, so I thought it felt rude not to do the same. Speaking of your besties, where's Benny? We'll circle back to that one as well. Chums, I don't want to speak for you, so do you want to tell my good friend Tock here who you are, and then Tock or his friend can introduce his friend, then I'll introduce me to his friend, and then we've done a round robin, and everyone knows who we are, ready to bop some blighters when they come through and cause some shenanigans.
The badger shuffles a large oak leaf shaped shield onto her back. Hi there, I'm Bramble, Bramble Winterset. Nice to meet you. I have to say I'm a little disconcerted that we appear to be flying, because,
Sebastian nods vigorously in agreement.
And the bear, his eyes grow wide as he hears Tock's name, and he sees him and moves towards him and says, "You must be Tock. You're not nude at all."
That is correct. I am clad in metal and magical artifacts.
The naked tree people talk about you all the time. You're legendary.
Alder and his companions are my friends.
Seeksorrow looks around and goes, this is my ship for the last 2 minutes or so.
Congratulations on the promotion, Captain.
Sebastian does a military salute.
Thank you. You are talking animals.
Are we going to have the Benny conversation? Tock, are we going to have the Benny conversation? Have you not told him about us?
There has been insufficient time for a debrief, I'm afraid.
It's been a while. We have been heroing quite a lot. And you're right. Okay, let me start again. Grizz, you give him your name first of all, so we can get that out of the way before we get distracted again. Then I'll do my bit, and then we'll clear this up for Tock's friend. Tock's friend.
Captain,
you'll have to introduce yourself after Grizz and I have gone, because otherwise it's getting to the point of rudeness at this point. Grizz, dazzle the men.
And Grizz approaches Seeksorrow, and he claps him on the back. He says, "I'm very sorry for your loss. Fur is a hard thing to lose, but you'll be okay. You have muscles. I'm Grizz Honeyclaw. Pleased to meet you."
Oh, it's very nice, and I haven't lost any. But yeah, it's very nice to meet you. And Seeksorrow holds out a hand for a handshake, maybe with a bear.
And a massive paw grasps your hand, your tiny little hand.
Sebastian Longpaw, far runner of the Forest Guard. Chosen hero of the Queen, story, adventurer, traveller with Tock, knower of the naked tree people, defeater of giant automaton, scourge of machinery, and traveller between the plains.
Well, very nice to meet you, Sebastian. I'm Captain. Well, I was just Seeksorrow, and then about 2 minutes ago, I was Captain Seeksorrow, and then really I've just been dealing with this since then in my early, seconds really of being a captain. It seems, honestly, it feels like a complicated business. I can see why Vander's such a grumpy old so-and-so all the time.
Seeksorrow.
Would you like a hug?
hug the bear.
Hug the bear.
It'll make you feel better.
Grizz gives the best hugs. Hug the bear.
Seeksorrow thinks about that and then just puts his arms out. He's up for a hug.
And Grizz grabs hold of him and squeezes him. Not too hard, but just enough to know that he's cared for.
Thank you, Grizz. That actually has made me feel quite a lot better. Right, I have duties to attend to, he says, feeling all Vandery. And he shambles his way towards the door, I guess, because that's how captains walk.
As you head towards the door, you could see that the 3 members of the Knights of Scarlet are all kind of bent over looking underneath the door, and they're just watching this unfold with wide eyes. And then they see you coming and quickly stand up, and then you hear footsteps as they run off down the corridor.
Seeksorrow leans down and goes, "Don't worry, lads, it is very confusing in here."
Tock will move to help him lift the door up.
One moment, Chief. Grizz, if you'd be so kind. Don't have a bear and lift yourself. What's the point in having a bear otherwise?
Grizz, please give me an athletics check.
That's a 32.
Just a bit.
Good lord.
That's a
32!
Kabam!
A little low, I guess.
Highest roll of the campaign, maybe?
Might be the highest
definitely
roll.
a challenger for that, isn't it? Yeah.
I
Yep.
think 31 was our previous top, so Grizz
might be,
comes
yeah.
in with his first roll. He just smashes the record.
I think he just, he takes a massive paw, sticks it in there, and digs in his claws, and then wrenches it straight up, as if it were paper.
You hear crashing in the floor above as the metal sheet has been sent flying way higher than its original position. And the door is now free as the entire Vox Domini shakes under violent attack.
As it shakes, I look at Grizz and go, I knew you were strong, but I didn't think you were that strong. Well done, old bean.
Are you teaching him to deal with machinery?
Machinery is the enemy. It does terrible things to you. It's responsible for all the squirrel-based anarchy they have over here.
I will smash it good.
But counterpoint, we are currently 500 feet in the air and dependent upon the machinery, so potentially if we have to smash it, maybe we should make a more gentle landing before we destroy the ship that is in fact keeping us off the ground at this moment.
Suggestion. There are multiple enemy airships that may be smashed freely.
Good plan, Tock. All hands on deck.
Sebastian, this just keeps getting worse and worse. They're hostages to the machinery.
Truly, this is a world in need of heroes. It's a bloody good job we came along, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That is correct.
Welcome one and all to Dice Company's Small Embers Chapter 84, where a group of friends weave tales of triumph, heroism and despair under the guise of playing Dungeons & Dragons. My name is Tom, and I'll be your DM through the continuing adventures of the Order of the Heron and Friends. Order of the Heron and Friends, please introduce yourselves and tell us one fun fact about your characters.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I am playing Oberon Seeksorrow. And breaking the fourth wall, I have taken an online personality quiz on behalf of Seeksorrow. I'll give you the answers, and then I'll tell you what it all means. So the answers are Charming, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Gnarly Gnome, Sonic the Hedgehog, Triceratops, Axe, and Fozzie from the Muppets. And the resulting answer is that I am, or Seeksorrow is, the Black Power Ranger.
What?
It gave me a sentence. I answered the quiz as Seeksorrow. And it tells me, you are fun-loving, carefree, and stylish. You enjoy cracking jokes and having a good time. But you're also willing to be serious when necessary.
And presumably have a pet robot mastodon.
Exactly.
I mean, it goes without saying.
I've seen no evidence of the serious, but very nice.
One day. Now he's a captain, you know.
I took it on behalf of Seeksorrow. Yes, Seeksorrow might be very serious. Who knows?
I think all of us and the listeners know.
Oh, am I the comic relief? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Hi, I'm Harry, and I play Tock, an imposing 6'8" automaton.
Hey!
And over the trip down, or up, as it may be, towards Misery, Tock has been in the ship's mess reading the Journal of Elias the Wanderer to Little Tick. He's finished all the books. It's been, quite adorable for the rest of the crew to watch. And Little Tick seems to be more intelligent and eloquent than before.
Okay.
I was going to have to roll out the Little Tick voice there for a second, but I'm...
Specifically for everyone else, he's now in 19.
Oh, wow! Really?
Yes.
I might need to consider that when doing the voice.
No, don't.
Father!
Do not sacrifice his integrity just because Harry's power gaming, damn it.
Is Little Tick the smartest member of the party now?
Second.
Is Harry the humblest member of the party by any chance?
Second.
That's a very good answer. No further questions, Your Honour.
Hi, I'm Zeus, and I play Grizz Honeyclaw, a gargantuan 8-foot-tall bear person. My fun fact is that Grizz isn't much of a reader because he doesn't really understand a lot of the words, but he does own a favorite book. His only book, in fact, given to him by a local porcine friend named Piggly. He hopes he can convince Sebastian to read it to him someday, but until then it sits on his shelf collecting dust. There are always strange symbols in the binding etched in gold ink, but the words change from time to time, which Grizz assumes is natural for such a fancy book. The most recent titles were Behold, the Real Lord Sloom, In the Halls of the Zombie King, yes, that one, The Chronicles of Cuthbert the Conqueror, and A Gutter Wizard's Guide to Ectoplasm.
Oh, it's amazing. I'd read that book.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I
would
would
I.
100% read that one.
I can see that people have taken Al's lead and are now using the fun fact section for some.
Invoking parliamentary privilege. Can I ask a question?
I'm here for it, to be fair. I'm here for it. Yep.
I've always assumed, Zeus, that your voice was somehow moderated by some sort of software. Is that... Is it literally just your voice? Is that kind of...
Is that humanly possible is what he's asking.
It's just my voice. It's like
That
this
is
all the
super
time,
cool.
except when I'm ordering restaurant food.
That is absolutely awesome. It's the voice I attempt to recreate when I do the sort, the like 90s style sort of disaster movie trailer.
Intro, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't
In
get
a
anywhere
world,
near
in
it.
a land, in a time.
Exactly. Amazing. That's so
Oh
cool.
my God. It's just the best voice in the world.
And I've now got the first 9 words of my next novel.
Hi, I'm Lou. I'm playing Bramble Winterset, a badger paladin.
Yay. What a paladin!
What a badger paladin. As the daughter of a publican, Bramble is welcoming to all creatures, except dogs.
Well, we don't have any of those anymore.
Dogs have a unique status in her mind, that of servants of absolute evil and savage killers. Nothing sends a chill down her spine more or make her reach for her axe quicker than that horrible call. There is a dog loose in the wood.
Oh my God!
Watership Down reference there.
Yes.
Yeah.
The scariest film of all time.
It's literary. It's a hot take. People are going to hate it. I love it. Down with dogs.
Dogs aren't dangerous.
I'm a badger. I don't like dogs.
Yes, this podcast went there.
We have a badger, a hare, and a bear. None of us are fond of dogs. Hello, my name is Adam Beltane, and I'm playing Sebastian Longpaw, Far Runner of the Forest Guard, a fighting hare in service to Her Majesty. And my fun fact is this. We have discussed on this podcast in the past just how important poetry is to the fighting hares, and to Concordia in general, and to Sebastian personally. What we haven't spoken about before, however, is that those brave stalwarts of the Forest Guard have developed their own form of poetry, known, fittingly, as a haiku. When your life is quick and death awaits around every corner, you don't have time to compose long, rambling epics. You need to condense what you're feeling down into a few short lines. 3, in fact, with syllables of 5, 7, and 5. And here is a small sampling of Sebastian's haikus.
Yes! We're back to haikus.
Somehow, impossibly, we're back on haikus.
Behold the forest, deep, dark, and full of stories. Will it speak of you? One for Benny. Death comes for us all. There is no shame in fearing, only in despair. And of course, based on real-life events, why so cross, old bean? That butterfly mugged me off, symmetrical twat.
Oh my God, I almost need to leave the recording now to rush outside and call someone a symmetrical twat.
And that's why I love Hairku Night.
And I have a few more just in case there comes an opportunity in the adventure.
I mean, I think we've only had 4 haikus in the entirety of Dice Company, ridiculously, because of the DM's weird hatred of haikus.
Only?
But now we're up to 7. And I think now we've opened the floodgates. I mean, I think this show's going to become mostly haikus from now on.
Oh.
Checking with the DM.
No, obviously not.
Unconstitutional.
We'll see what the dice god have to say about that one.
And please remember, he fought because he actually felt safer fighting than running. So let's turn the page on the next chapter of Dice Company. Previously on Dice Company. The Order of the Heron was successful in fighting off the air fleet of the Sons of Khaile. Following that success, Vander and Petron leapt from the Sterling in pursuit of the Bounder with the red blade. Meanwhile, however, Seeksorrow and Tock have taken control of the enemy flagship, the Vox Domini. Having discovered information relating to the Rojan, and a connection to the strange statues they found all along their adventure, they received word of an imminent attack by the one remaining enemy ship, the Coglight Requiem. This danger triggered the arrival of Sebastian Longpaw, Bramble Winterset, and Grizz Honeyclaw from the plane of Concordia, arriving just in time to help their friends fight off the threat. You guys are running through one of the uniform corridors of the Vox Domini, heading towards the main deck. There, change it up a bit. All of a sudden, in front of you, curling through the corridor, is a tentacle made of spinning cogs. Can I get dexterity saving throws from everyone, please?
That is a 4 for Seeksorrow. Seeking sorrow hard here.
So my dexterity is, of course, my best stat. My dexterity saving throw is my highest, so I get a 10.
Total or a 10 modifier?
Total. I get a 10 total.
Tock, who gets a 15, thus avoiding it, uses his unspeakable genius to tell Sebastian, "Watch out, Sebastian, for the machinery," and grants him a bonus of 5 to his roll.
Nice.
I mean, the captain is stabbed in the back on his first day on duty.
There was nothing I could do.
I appreciate my dexterity was so bad you couldn't save me, but I would have appreciated it. Oh well, I see no ships.
Bramble gets a 15.
And Grizz gets an 18. He's very limber.
That is a bear doing limbo.
It is. Lashes down. All of you incredibly quick to react as it lashes you, except Seeksorrow, obviously, who gets smacked in the face with it. Please take 15 bludgeoning damage.
I was looking after my crew.
Everyone else ducks and you just stand there and take it in the face.
That's why I'm the DM's favourite.
The tentacle then withdraws, turning round the corner and disappearing from view.
So Seeksorrow turns to everyone else and goes, "Watch out."
What the ballyhoo was that thing?
I think I just got smacked in the face by a robot tentacle.
It is an aberration.
You're not fucking kidding.
Is that machinery we can destroy safely, Seeksorrow, without us dropping from the sky and dying in this infernal, against the laws of nature contraption we happen to find ourselves in?
Yeah, there shouldn't be any robot squids on board, so any of that, you can definitely chop it up.
Right, let's give it the old hoofing then, eh?
I think Grizz is gonna pick Seeksorrow up. You should watch out next time. You're very fragile.
I am feeling a bit like that, thank you. I will definitely keep an eye on... Well, I was a bit surprised, to be honest, about what just happened, but I think I'm all right. And Seeksorrow wipes a little bit of blood away from the corner of his mouth.
And Grizz hugs you.
Oh, thanks, Grizz.
It'll be okay.
I think it will. Right, let's get up there and find out what the hell's going on.
Just to be clear, is Grizz carrying Seeksorrow now?
Yes.
Excellent.
The captain is just like a child who's fallen over and grazed his knee is now being held aloft by a bear. Well, to be fair, what a way to arrive at the helm for your first day as captain.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And I think as Grizz is moving, he's cradling him. It'll be okay. And he's moving his hands, his arms back and forth. Lullaby.
Seeksorrow doesn't know how to deal with this. He's just going to have to go with it because, he's a kid being carried by a grown-up. Here we go. We're rolling up to the deck. He's going to try and regain his dignity when he gets his feet back on the ground. Well, back on the deck.
Can we see what's going on with the other airships?
So you reach the rain-soaked poop deck of the Vox Domini. Large sections of the Blackwood dome that you saw when you arrived have been completely destroyed. And in its place, writhing and lashing, is the Coglight Requiem. Although unlike before, its shape has changed into a leviathan of the deep, an imposing gigantic kraken of ancient lore, and its many tentacles are lashing out, destroying the top deck. In the air around it, you see the air fleet of Shale that are currently lining up their guns, but they seem unsure on whether to fire because they know that you are on board.
As we kind of come up to the front, and Sebastian skids to a halt because he literally head into the lead, and he skids to a halt as the rain hits his face, and he sees this gigantic mechano-kraken tearing the ship, and he looks around to see himself in the clouds and other flying vessels around, narrows his eyes and just goes, no, none of this at all. This will not stand. It's foolishness and I'm not here for it. Ground beasts, Tock. Ground beasts. Right, let's have it then, eh?
You can see stood atop the Coglight Requiem are the 3 Knights of Scarlet, with their swords drawn, all desperately dodging attacks and hacking at this machine, declaring outrageous fighting talk while they're doing it.
Aha! I do not fear death, foul beast.
And our Knights of Scarlet have got onto the Coglight Requiem and are attacking it from the head end. That is awesome. What paladins? So it's turned into this squid thing.
I feel like it probably was this squid thing before someone constrained it into an airship shape.
Fair enough. I clearly chose a weird ship for my first command.
Roll for initiative, please.
So that is a 14 for Seeksorrow for initiative.
That is a 19 for Sebastian.
6 for Tock.
And 19 for Bramble.
And 23 for Grizz.
Okay, we are at the top of the round with Grizz.
Grizz will bonus action rage. Machinery makes me angry. And then he will get down on all fours and charge towards this thing. And once he gets there, he is going to recklessly attack this thing. He will grab the barrel that's in between its tentacles, pick it up, and begin smashing it down on the tentacle.
I thought for a horrible moment there the barrel was about to be used as a suppository.
Can I change my action? That is 14.
Is a hit. Just.
And strike sneak attack. Since it's so that's a d6. It's a 9 bludgeoning plus 5 sneak attack. And that is his first attack. He will go for a second one. If that barrel's still intact, you should keep bashing it.
Yeah, the barrel is holding up surprisingly well. It's metal reinforced, you see. These are automatons.
Excellent. Oh yeah, I would say so with a 29.
That's a natural 20.
Wonderful beam footage.
So you add up the total amount of hypothetical damage you could do, and then you add your rolls on top of that for the crit.
Shitting crikey. This is why we bought the bear. Should we just go home?
I knew we weren't going to have Bardal, so I brought another fighter to show me up instead. It's fine.
I love the expression shitting crikey. It goes high then low. Very, very sort of understated and British in the tail. I love it. Shitting gosh.
And to top it off, that is a 5.
Your total is 49.
The squid's tentacles just coil up and it just rolls off the ship.
It was that kick in the nads that did it.
Zeus, would you like to tell us a story about how you kill that tentacle?
I see. Individual monster components.
After he smashes it multiple times, he does take the barrel and rams it right into the thing's face until it goes all the way through to the other side. I hate machinery. I got it, Sebastian.
I don't think that's the only one, I'm afraid, old chap, but bloody good show. Cracking opener.
You are right. This place does need heroes.
That's such a lot of damage to do in the first round.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Sebastian Longpaw.
So Sebastian charges forward, hopping to the left, running along the top of the galvanic storage device in the centre of the deck. As he does, his paws glow with celestial fire, and as he's still running forward, he leaps in the air and whips forward as 2 motes of sunlight burst from his hands and charge towards the Mechano-Kraken's face. And I'm going to use my Radiant Bolt as I'm running in to begin with.
Ooh.
22 to hit. 4. 6 radiant damage. The second one, close on its heels, is another 22 to hit, for a further 6 radiant damage, apparently. He then hops off the end of the galvanic storage tank onto Grizz's back, runs up Grizz's back, and leaps into the air, spending a key point for Flurry of Blows as his bonus action, as he slams 2 glowing back leg-powered kicks right into the face of the sea beast, using the momentum to backflip and land on Grizz's back, one hand on Grizz's shoulder, hunched down, right hand glowing with solar fire again, ears twitching and a look of wild abandon on his face. That's how we do it! Hey! Eulalia! Eulalia! A 10, so the first kick misses, and 9, so the second kick misses, apparently. So clearly my feet connect, but I just don't... The Mechano-Kraken is reeling back, both from the awesome damage inflicted upon it so quickly by the mighty Grizz Honeyclaw, and then blinking its massive shuttered eye away from the bursts of sunlight, and his feet just can't quite connect as it recoils back. They still land on Grizz's shoulder.
Can you give me 2 dexterity saving throws, please, Sebastian?
I show can. Well, I can't. 16
Success.
and 23.
Success. So as you miss your kicks, the Coglight Requiem Kraken transforms, changes shape, and desperately tries to grip onto your feet as you're attempting to kick. But your feet are far too quick to be caught in such a simple trap. Marvellous. Bramble Winterset.
Bramble would like to move in between the 2 galvanic tanks with a slight sigh of bloody show-offs. I want to make sure that as many people are within my auras as possible. Paladin.
We might move forward on our turns.
You might run away. Bravely, bravely run away. Drawing a pinch of sort of an opalescent stone and some seeds from a plant, they're crushed between the 2 paws, and I would like to cast Moonbeam on the head of the Kraken. We're up near the sky. Might as well get the moon involved. Constitution saving throw.
That is a 22.
Oh, that's almost certainly... Oh, spell save is DC's 14, so yeah. Plenty. So that's 15, so that'll be 7. Parting the dark, thick storm cloud is suddenly a glorious burst of moonlight that strikes down like an arrow straight onto the Kraken's head, bathing it in a ghostly white glow that seems to burn it.
It is now the Coglight Requiem / Mecha Kraken's turn. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. Tock, Seeksorrow, Bramble, and Sebastian. Can you all give me dexterity saving throws, please? DC 15.
So I get a 14, but I'm going to use my leporine senses as a reaction, so my lucky footwork as a reaction, to add a d4 to that. And since the lowest I can roll is a 1, that's a pass.
That's a 16, and just because of my aura of protection, anyone who is within 10 feet of me gets a +2 bonus to the roll.
Seeksorrow and Tock.
That's super awesome. Still, Seeksorrow has failed, but I'm going to use my Indomitable to re-roll a failed save.
Ooh, love it.
Nice.
What a paladin.
But no.
Not anymore.
Oh my god, a 4. So I initially rolled an 8, then a 4, and then I soiled myself and fell asleep.
Tock unfortunately rolled a 6, so he is also beyond help.
Seeksorrow and Tock, please take 28 bludgeoning damage as 2 tentacles wrap themselves around you and they smash your heads together before throwing you back onto the deck.
Being a captain is hard.
Ouch. Seeksorrow.
Hello. Let me just understand the shape of this thing, because we've talked a bit about attacking like the core of it. Do we have to defeat its tentacles, or is there a central thing we can kill?
There is a central thing that you can attempt to kill.
But presumably if we kill all the tentacles, then it's going to be quite useless.
That's true, but I'm thinking if you kill the core, then you don't have to worry about the tentacles, because the brain is dead.
That is true.
Based on the battle map, I think I'm too far from the core to get there in one go, in one turn.
I'm going to say, because this is like a loose approximation, if you want to get into combat with the core, I think that's fine.
The fact that he allowed you to do that should be very alarming to you.
I see no reason for caution.
I want to jump into the moor.
As a captain, Seeksorrow understands that reckless heroism is what is required in this situation. So, Seeksorrow will do what Seeksorrow always does in this situation, and he's going to swing on a rope. He is going to get his axe in his other hand and turn himself into a human axe-swinging device, a guillotine, if you will. He is also going to use his Great Weapon Master feat, which means I can lose 5 to my attack in order to get plus 10 damage. Because I think this is an easy thing to hit, and it's more about doing it lots of harm.
Cool, here's what we're going to do. You are going to give me an athletics check with a DC of 15. If you are successful in that, you can have your attack at advantage.
Yes, now we're talking my language. That's 22 for athletics.
Amazing. You swing straight towards its open beak-like maw, pulling back your axe ready to attack at advantage.
Oh, you bastard. That is a 12.
Cool, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Sure. This is all gone horribly wrong. Hang on, just take off advantage so I can definitely fail this. 20!
Nice. Woo! So you swing on a rope with your axe, ready to strike at the core of the mecha kraken. Your hand remains tight, but as you swing down, the maw opens and attempts to chomp you. You suddenly lose all confidence in yourself. Your swing has no power, you do no damage. However, just as the beak snaps down, you're able to kind of run along the tips of the beak, diving out of the way and stopping you from being swallowed. Give me a perception check.
Do I perceive that I'm in grave danger?
You know that. You don't need a check for that.
Cool.
Cool.
21 for perception.
Very nice. As you're dancing on the tip of the beak, you look down the what is effectively a throat, and you can see a red glowing orb deep within the creature. Looks like a power source.
There's some sort of red light down its throat. And then, I mean, sort of narratively, it feels like a different weapon than the axe would be a good way to get at that thing.
You can actually stab with a battle axe, a great axe like that, quite effectively with the corner. I have found out recently.
I'm now going to use the battle axe like, you know those like pipe cleaner things? I'm going to use the battle axe like a very large, very violent version of that. Because I get a second attack.
You do.
Which I'm going to use to great effect. Am I still going to use the Great Weapon Master thing? No, I'm not. I'm going to take the full attack.
Okay.
To give myself a chance of actually hitting. 15?
Hits.
Yes.
Roll for damage.
That is 14 slashing damage.
Ooh.
I'm aiming to destroy the orb in its throat in a hope that it's going to cause a very nasty squid explosion.
You can see that the intricately spinning cogs of the Kraken are starting to look a little bit more ragged as one or two of them begin dropping away after your hit.
And I'm also going to action surge and take an extra attack.
Holy crap!
Whee.
Go, go, go!
So I'm just going to try and do exactly the same thing. 27.
Nice.
That will be 6 slashing damage. But wait, that's a 1. So if I roll with great weapon fighting, if I roll a 1 or 2 on a damage with a two-handed weapon, I can re-roll.
Re-roll.
Honestly, whatever I am. 7. I take it, even though that's a 2, I can't re-roll again. The clumsy, weird throat cleaner thing that I'm doing with the axe is now. I now look more like a drunken chimney sweep. I don't know if chimney sweeps ever drank. I think mostly they were children. I don't know.
It was dark times, I think, back then, so probably yes.
I look like a drunk child attempting to clean a chimney in Victorian London.
Metagaming, maybe?
Possibly, yeah. Victorian London doesn't exist. In
Victorian Alphon.
Arcanaxian Gothamer.
Oh,
Have that.
Nice.
Lore.
Put that in your chimney and smoke it.
Anyway, you're attacking, right? You're in mortal peril.
That's done, yeah. So 7 slashing damage. And I do rather believe that my turn and possibly my life are now over. And I thank everyone for their concern.
Yet to demonstrate that he can be serious.
Hopes deleted.
Tock and Tick, or Little Tick, are going to advance on the creature. Little Tick produces, it looks like almost like a small brown packet, probably size of fit in your palm, and times a throw towards. So Grizz is currently like attacking and presumably in a rage. Mouth going to be open, fair amount of time biting.
Absolutely.
Okay, a timed throw. As the bite comes down, this little packet launches through the air and is like caught in his teeth. The paper rips open and inside is a white powder.
Cocaine bear!
Oh my god!
And so Grizz's mind races faster. He is now hasted.
Harry. I love you very much.
Tick is going to withdraw out of tentacle range because of concentration, and Tock is going to advance on the creature standing next to Grizz and throw his own packet of the same material but straight at Seeksorrow's face. It's not really going to be able to get in his mouth because this is a human rather than a ravenous bear, but the powder just full on explodes just before, and much of it goes up his nose, into his mouth, ears, and has much the same effect. You can see his eyes sort of roll slightly and then just like a rush of energy.
Maybe the squid will think I'm a ghost and will be terrified.
Quite possibly. But you're both hasted.
Jesus.
And Tock has somehow managed to cast 2 spells in 1 turn whilst not generating a red flag.
How did you do that?
I'll send you a message later.
One for the Discord to dissect.
Yeah, red card floating ominously close to you there. Get him, Tika!
I've been hasted. What does that mean? And also,
You have been hasted.
as a quick aside, well done to anyone who had Cocaine Bear in tonight's Dice Company bingo.
How could I not? It lasts for a minute. You have to be willing as well, technically, but I assume you both are. As your speed is doubled, you get +2 to AC, you get advantage on all dexterity saving throws, and you get an additional action on each of your turns that can be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Good God.
And when it stops, you're going to feel real tired.
Real tired, real quick.
Little Tick is going to fire a shot with his airlock at the Kraken, which is going to 12. Doesn't hit, I don't think, does it? So he misses, unfortunately, distracted by the slightly terrifying-looking bear in front of him.
Father, I have missed! This is embarrassing in front of our new friends.
I think that's the first point that Sebastian has clocked that Little Tick exists, and there's just the ear suddenly pivots on his head to face Little Tick, and from Grizz's shoulder, Sebastian slowly turns his head.
What you see is an identical copy of Tock, same size.
He's all grown up.
Tock also, imperceptibly to the rest of you, makes a mental calculation about the moonbeam that has hit the Kraken, knowing that at this phase, the moon is actually below the horizon on the other side of the planet, and he is particularly happy at Bramble's breaking of the natural order. Petron would be horrified.
Celebration! We are back at the top of the round with Cocaine Bear Grizz.
Okay, and so you see Grizz's eyes just spidered with red veins.
Sebastian, Bramble, come here. You've got to try this stuff.
And then realizes, oh, you're already here. And he grabs you and does a spin and hurls you at high speed towards this thing's head.
Nice.
Fastball special!
Amazing. Give me an athletics check.
That is a 26.
That is a crazy bonus.
Oh my god, that is nuts.
Yeet me down its mouth, I'm going to punch the orb out of it.
Yep, you spin around and with your eyes dilated, you sling Sebastian at high speed with perfect accuracy as he flies straight into the open maw of the creature and down its throat.
Eulalia!
Well, shit.
And then I will use my bonus action to do Dauntless Roar.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of my next turn.
Oh.
The DC of the save is 8 plus my proficiency plus my constitution.
Wisdom, not particularly wise ship. That is a fail from the Kraken, which recoils in terror as Grizz unleashes a bellowing roar. It must be very confused at the moment because it's just swallowed a hare at high speed and is now terrified of the gigantic bear stood before it.
Always horrible when there's a hair in your food.
Way!
Grizz would follow up with punching it repeatedly.
Cool.
Trying to smooth the lozenge down its gullet. That was a 24. 12 plus the rage plus sneak attack.
If you kill it before I get to, I'm still claiming this as a victory. Just FYI.
Also, we shouldn't be too harsh. I don't think any of us would last longer against a cocaine bear.
And what I'll do is I will grapple it.
Oh!
Ooh.
Hello!
Will this give Sebastian advantage?
Yeah, let's say yes.
Can Tock assist Grizz with the grapple? To give him advantage.
Is this just so that Tock can say he's grappled a Kraken?
I mean, you got to catch them all, don't you?
Our robotic dragon grabber wishes to expand his repertoire.
All right, Grizz, give me a athletics check at advantage, please. The score. Oh, fuck.
Nat 20.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you have successfully grappled it because you have beaten it by 2, even though it rolled a natural 20.
Yay.
Your modifier is too high for it to beat, even with maximum roll. You and Tock have successfully grappled a tentacle each of this Kraken and are pulling at it while Sebastian dwells somewhere deep inside.
Team cocaine.
While they're twin grappling it, Grizz's head will turn, his tongue lolling out as he smiles and grins.
Amazing. Is that the end of your turn, Grizz?
Yes.
That one of my favourite single turns ever in Small Embers, I think.
Yeah.
Fastball, attack, grapple, roar. Oh, just incredible. And next up, deep within the bowels.
Deep throat.
Deep throat. Still being carried by the momentum of the initial throw. And as he's leaping down the throat, his paws start to glow once again with solar fire. He's grinning wildly, manically, ears pressed right flat against the back of his head. And he sweeps his hands and casts Burning Hands down this thing's throat, spending 3 key points. Can it please make me a DC 15 dexterity save? I suspect a disadvantage given I'm down its throat.
Yeah, it's not dodging that,
And it's
really,
grappled.
And it's grappled.
Even at disadvantage while being grappled, it rolled a 16 for its save.
Boo.
DM's revenge! Now you're just being eaten.
Well, that's 8 fire damage to it from its inside then. And emerging from this scorching bank of clouds, crashing into the orb, I'm spending another key point to Flurry of Blows. 25 to hit for 6 radiant magic damage. And second, natural 20.
Hey.
28 to hit.
Yes!
Max damage plus the roll then.
I will save you doing any mathematics and just say, Sebastian, please tell us a story.
Was it 1 hit point good to go?
You just needed 4.
Yeah. Sebastian flies down its gullet, fire bursting out in front of him and searing the way from whatever mechanical contrivances are trying to stop him and snap him. They just melt away before this burst of concentrated sunlight. He crashes into the orb, fists first, pulling it from where it's housed in this creature, his initial blow cracking it. He gathers to his feet, looks at it, and then just people's elbow right on top of it. Again, whole arm glowing with solar fire that's illuminating through the thick cloth of his military greatcoat as he brings one elbow down firmly and smashes this orb. He then, for his movement action, cheeses it right back the way he came on all fours as fast as he can, as presumably energies start to boil and roil behind him and begin to discharge, and with a movement speed of 50 foot, he's out that gullet in the air. Yeah!
As behind him you see the entire Coglight Requiem shake and pulsate, and then it explodes as you hear the sound of small cogs flying in all directions, and the main bulk of it collapses like pennies being dropped on the floor as it slips off the back end of the ship to the ground below. You have successfully won.
Sebastian lands in a combat roll, which then comes into a skid as his momentum goes. He looks back at the Kraken and goes,
That's what happens when you bugger about with me and mine, bloody machinery. Now, Tock, land this thing sharpish.
Tock and Tick and the two automatons are going to start picking up quite a lot of those cogs and stowing them in his cloak.
Just Tick pulls out a snow shovel and he's just frantically scooping it in as Tock's holding his cloak out.
I think Grizz would still starting to wear off, I would assume.
Yeah.
He turns to Bramble. He says,
Bramble, we should stay here forever.
I mean, I've got a pub to run, but certainly we can stay here for a bit, and you probably need to sit down, because I've seen that look before, and things are going to get awkward for you very shortly.
I've never felt better.
There we go. You all right there, Captain?
I think so. And Seeksorrow walks in a kind of stupor to the steering wheel and just stands holding it, looking out in front and flying in a straight line.
Are you sure?
Seeksorrow stares at Bramble for a second and then carries on looking where the ship is going. He's not sure.
Tock will get Saldric Vane to ask him to go and sort of chat to the other Knights of Scarlet. And meanwhile, set his two automaton helpers to try and fix the ship, get it sort of under control.
And with the poop deck smothered in cogs, Grizz and Seeksorrow on the come down, and the threat from the skies removed, we will end it there. Good job.
You've been listening to Dice Company's Small Embers, starring Alex Morrison as Seeksorrow, Adam Beltane as Sebastian Longpaw, Lou Liz as Bramble Winterset, Zeus Legion as Grizz Honeyclaw, and Harry King as Tock, with Tom Patrick as your Dungeon Master.
The humans of Dice Company would like to thank the following sweethearts for their support. Corey Mack, The Red Right Hand, Dave Patterson, Boy Genius, Zeus Legion, Zero Nova, Sepulchre Stennett, Marky B, Jenny the War Camel, Stephen Sikora, Nori Gosler, Mickey Arnold, Happy Daddy Scotty, Tika S.J. Phionics, Richard Ungermas, Rabbi Camel, Team #Stay Toxic, Path Pursuit, Paris Pakar, Julia Zeno, Shovels, Queenie, and a special extra thanks to our very own Council of Rojan, Mama Strange, Axel Runholm, and Chris from North London.
A massive thanks to Adam Beltane, Lou Liz, and Zeus Legion for joining us on this adventure. Why don't you tell the listeners a little bit of what you're working on?
As you may know or may not know, I am the primary GM, player and showrunner for Force Majeure, a predominantly Star Wars actual play podcast available wherever you get your podcasts, though we have dabbled in other systems such as the Mecha Hack, and a system I wrote myself called the Chaos Engine, of which Harry has guest starred on that before. I also do a fantasy podcast called Dungeon Majeure, which is, alas, a little more infrequently released because of real life, which uses Genesis rather than Dungeons & Dragons for a slightly different flair. And I'm delighted to announce here that if you enjoy Dice Company, I have subbed in for Tom, and the next season of Dungeon Majeure, currently being recorded, will indeed feature the wonderful vocal stylings of Harry, Alex, Charlie and Dave as my hapless players.
Hey.
So when that's finally out, I'll make sure that that Tom puts a link in the show notes eventually for it, and you can hear whether or not I can cope with their nonsense as well as Tom can. The answer is no. But can they cope with mine? The answer is no. Stay tuned and find out more.
I absolutely love the idea of, I run a fantasy podcast, but we can't do much fantasy because real life. that everything, all the problems of real life are summed up in that sentence.
Everybody will share my pain of scheduling.
That does seem, from running the Dice Company social media and starting from a complete standing start of next to no TTRPG experience, cue everyone saying I have amnesia. Thanks, everyone.
Years and years of experience.
The one thing I have gleaned from the TTRPG community online is that everyone says scheduling issues to almost every question you ask. It seems to be the one thing that everyone agrees upon as as like the bane of their life.
It is a tragic truth that when you're younger, you have all of the time to run games, but none of the money to buy them. And when you're older, you have the money to buy the games and none of the time to run them. There's never a sweet spot, and I think that is the real crime.
Maybe retirement.
I don't think you have the energy to play them.
Yeah, true.
I've got the time and the money, and for some reason I just can't be asked.
Just going to do gardening instead.
Very sleepy.
I'm very sleepy. Would someone turn down the young people? I'm trying to snooze.
Lou, is there anything you'd like to talk about or promote or?
No, Adam's just done it.
Cool, perfect.
Yeah, I'm on Dungeon Majeure. I play a high society velociraptor, so there you go.
Amazing.
I absolutely loved that. I really enjoyed that. So I've said already that I love the redacted keepers of redacted, but that whole series was such fun. Loved it.
And Zeus, what are you working on at the moment? What exciting things? Or if there's a question, it's up to you.
The things that I'm in right now, you can find me as the narrator in Deliver at All Costs, a video game where you wreck stuff with a vehicle. I'm also Colonel Fisher and other miscellaneous unit voices in Tempest Rising, a video game where you wreck stuff with an army.
Yay.
I'm sensing a theme.
They both sound fun. Seeksorrow feels glad that Petron isn't here.
Yeah.
We, however, wish he was.
Brandishing the Do Better Badgers t-shirt. Available on our website.
I'm here to do better for the Badgers. They've got bad PR because of
Quite
Petron.
right.
What up, bitches? Your main man Sebastian's here to kick some ass and save the day. You know you'll love it. Here we come to save the day.
Continuity point. Are you not Sebastian Longpaw?
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Did
I
I
said
say
long
Sebastian?
claw.
I keep doing that. Sebastian Longclaw, far runner of the Forest Guard. Tom, just plug the rest of the
No, you did it again.
Claw again.
Jesus. It's very warm and I'm very tired.
32 for an athletics check is, for your first roll, is obscene, and I love it.
Matches the temperature.
Good lord. I was tempted to really research ships again, but I just couldn't bring myself
Quick,
to do it.
to the focusal. None of that bullshit here, Beltane.
What?
None of that bullshit.
Stricken from the record. Metagaming. Oh,
So
Jesus.
add it to my description.
Yeah,
It's like
Tom.
a
What?
rage.
Tom, could you tell us some ship bits, please?
It's obviously the elevated poop deck. I mean,
The aft castle.
It looks like a cylindrical thing. Should we say it's some form of galvanic storage device?
yeah, let's say that.
I just want to say, preempting the red card, technically the order of my actions was the wrong way round, because Searing Strike is actually the bonus action, but it works out the same action economy as attack, and then bonus action fire, rather than fire, then bonus action attack. Same amount of key point expenditure. I'm getting in there before the dice cord do.
You can see the air sheep.
Air sheep. There are air sheep.
Damn it!
Get the air shepherd.
Oh, that's such a terrible, terrible faux pas. Lore.
Thanks for listening. Please consider supporting Dice Company on Patreon, where for the price of a cup of coffee you get access to a whole other show, Extra Roll, as well as an ad-free listening experience. The Dice Company Discord server, along with our socials, can be found on our link tree in the show notes. If you enjoyed this chapter, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to recommend us to your friends. If you didn't like it, recommend us to your enemies. And we'll see you next time on Dice Company.